Sync, sync,
Audio?
sync.
Sync
Sync
your
your
audio.
audio. Sync your audio. Sync, sync, sync. Do 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 do. Sync, sync, sync. Do 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 do. Your audio.
I'm putting this in.
Sync your audio. Okay.
This is going to be the cold open. Hey yo, editing Joel. Just wanted to make a couple of notes before I let you go into this episode. First, I want to apologize. I made some adjustments to try to cut down on the echo that we have between mics, and the solution that I tried was a little too aggressive early on, but through the episode it does get a little bit better, and I managed to cut out a lot more of the echoes and get Roxane back in. So I mostly want to apologize to Roxane for missing some of her parts, because the solution was a little bit too excited to work, I suppose. Other note is I want to make a correction ahead of time. When we get into what we did last week, I mistakenly mentioned that I played Champions with Brandon on Sunday when it was actually Saturday. So I want to apologize because Jacob and Caitlin and I played a round of, or rather a mission of One Page Rules Star Quest, which I believe Dan and I will be talking about in a future episode more than likely. But thank you all so much for checking out the Wulfcast, and without further ado, I will let you go on in and enjoy Wulfcast Episode 6. We'll be back in 2 weeks after we've had a bit of a week off due to some things that you'll just have to watch and learn about. So thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic week and enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome to Episode 6 of the Wulfcast. Let's review. I am Joel of Clack Attack, joined as always by
Dan with Wulfpack Games.
Roxane, Wulfpack Games.
And we are here once again to talk to you a little bit about what has been going on around the Wulfpack community for the past week, what we've got going on for the week ahead, and for what will be bringing our community, or what will be coming to our future community in the future.
Yes.
I make words good.
Words good. Be
good word.
happy.
Yes.
No spilled blood.
All right. So,
Good job. You did it.
yes,
We're doing it.
we're doing it.
It's a team.
Speaking of doing stuff, what have we done in the past week? What's been going on? What's happened around the store for us?
Well, I finally got to play Bee Lives. I know.
Be
I know.
them.
You would think, because we play within a span of a year of that game, that it took a year to play that game. I think we played the game for 6.5, 7 hours that day.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's because
Why? Why was it 6 to 7.5 hours?
Because I can't remember rules very
it's not
well,
just that.
and there's
You had-
new players. And
You had
Everyone's a new
three new players to the game that also had never played before. And you had one person who hadn't played anything outside of the like Walmart style board gaming stuff. I think his name
who, come to find out, is probably an excellent natural game.
Yeah.
He needs to get, I think.
But he was new to this whole concept
Sure.
of like board game store, board game community. His friend Blake brought him.
And
right?
and Blake was worried, I think, that what is his friend going to think of him in this place and what he actually does with his time. And I think his friend Nick was very happy about it, and will probably be joining him more in the future. Vince seemed to have a good time until the length of the gaming experience. It was tiring. It is a lot of brain power in that game. However, you play within 1 year of seasons and months. It could have gone to 3 years in one gameplay. So where you just keep rolling it over. That's a good game.
I think if you played it every day, if you played it every week, rather, that your one single playthrough would be like 90 minutes to 120 minutes. 1.5 to 2 hours.
Apparently, that playing it for the multiple years, which I've never done,
Mhm.
will extend it for a very long time. It is like that is for very serious, epic gaming.
Yeah, because your springtime, you're secluded, right? So you don't have anything to fight. You're just in like start your engines mode, right? And then summer happens and you push all the tiles together to make a contiguous map. But then standard gameplay ends after winter. So do you survive winter to start another spring? Then calculate points. Did you not? You're out.
Also, you're building off of whatever you built the year before, which.
But then your spring, your second spring, is on a contiguous map.
True.
So that slows down the game a little bit when you have more map to map maneuver and people to deal with.
There are things that add in per second.
Yeah.
And they're just new rule things. It's very aggressive. So, yeah, that was fun to play. Finally got to play Bee Lives. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good game, but it tired me. A lot of mental work.
It's a worker placement game.
It is.
And developing your strategy and stuff like that. That's taxing for some folks.
Kind of on theme, considering how many bees fire.
Yes.
And they do. It's very sad. Very sad. But yeah, that's what I did this week.
Don't mean to be a downer on that.
No. Save
my past
the bees.
teacher,
They're important.
my history as an entomology teacher is coming back to the surface.
It is very science tied. Like you can go to their website and they have like a lot of facts and stuff and education about bees. Not even commonplace.
Yeah.
You might find.
I probably would.
It's a game that was like developed by game designers who had an interest in bees and had a whole lot of extra knowledge and was like, this is almost like a game. If you change these two moments right here from reality or abstract them this way, you get a really amazing worker placement game that just happens to be based on how nature works in this one arena.
Very smart.
Very cool. Awesome. Sounds like a good time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I know I saw y'all toiling around the whole day. On Sunday.
Garnered a lot of interest too. People were like, ooh.
What do you got to tell the people, Joel?
Well, speaking of being around here most of the day on Sunday, 'cause I kind of just came in to get out of the house for a little bit, and Brandon took me up on playing a game of Kings of War Champions. So he took the Forces of the Abyss, and I was using Thessalians.
So
he destroyed me.
Switch from the previous
switch
demo.
from my original game, and then he just kind of like Brandon seemed to very much enjoy the rank and flank experience. He definitely knows how to run rank and flank. He knows how to flank, that's for sure. Because he started like, I mean, he had a good early take on the points, and then came around to the flanking. It was like in order to try to recover, I had to overextend myself, and it did not pay off. But other than that, I've been getting ready for tomorrow's Flashpoint tournament, which we'll be talking about a little bit later. I got my Rise of the Banished stuff last week, so I was working on getting all of that painted. Got these 4 Spartans painted up because I'm also getting ready for NashCon next where on, I think Saturday is the day that I have a table. I'll be running a set of Master Chief Challenge games. So everybody that comes to play will get to pick their Master Chief of choice, either Mikey, Donnie, Raph, or Leo.
Yeah.
And then they'll just have a 4-way free-for-all to go until about 8 rounds, or I think eliminations, what we usually set it at when I've done this in the past. But, if we don't have more people waiting in line to come play, then I'm just going to keep on slaughtering.
So beyond the tournament, talking about Halo real quick, I've had a ton of conversations with people in the shop this last week regarding something I know you do with Halo Flashpoint, which is a lot of people are interested in a game that offers horde mode or firefight mode Kill Team this year, or with this edition, started something with that, where it's two kill teams going against an AI counterpart. I know when you were at, was it Adepticon, that a lot of people over at the Mantic booth had developed a firefight mode.
So just to go in and specify, it was one of the other Pathfinders that set up a little firefight mode. And I did bring it home because I got to do the playtest on it.
For the people at home, what's a Pathfinder?
The Pathfinders are the Mantic Pathfinder program is pretty much Mantic's ambassador program, which I'm a member of. We pretty much go around to stores and events and run demos, and mostly primarily demo the games, which is part of my attendance at NashCon. I'll be vending alongside our friend Alan from Discover Games over in Fayetteville. And then I'll also be doing some demos for Halo Flashpoint while I'm over there and running the MCC events. But to put it in the most layman's terms, which I mean, this doesn't apply to everybody in the Mantic Pathfinder program, but it's essentially Mantic's volunteer demo team.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So I also want to give a shout out because if Michael ends up seeing this, thank you for sharing the stats and information on your PvE firefight mode, because I have brought it home and played it with some of our group, and I've used his mode and I've made my own take on it as well. So these are totally homebrew that really don't have any official connection.
Right. But everybody's really enjoyed it.
Yes.
And everybody's had a really difficult time getting to the good completion mode, but like having a great time. So skill level is still present. It's not just a walk in a park kind of moment.
Right.
It is a challenging, well scripted, well rounded rules experience that just isn't official yet.
Yeah. Because I know there were, as we scaled up with the original rule set for it, at least as we scaled up the number of players in the original rule set, the difficulty turned up quite a bit. With my own little adjustment for it, because to dance properly within the licensing stuff, even as a fan, I'm not going to say what Michael's firefight mode was, or what we called it around the table. However, the adjustments that I made for the last time that we tried it, I kind of pulled a little bit more from the firefight mode that was in ODST, instead of like what we had done otherwise. So, but yeah, because there's a lot of room for homebrew, and when I get my take on this a little more dialed in, I do plan on at least sharing it among our community and dropping that in for fun.
So I think it's really interesting that there seems to be, in gaming terms, this revolution of moving miniature games to this hybrid state of like cooperative miniature games. There's a large interest in it, and it really hit hard this week here in the store with lots of different people being like, oh man, I wish there was a Gears of War like type of mode for some of these miniature games, these Warhammer games. And I'm like, there is. So we have a great chance to talk about it, but we try to get them on the table. They start looking at the rules and they're like, oh. But I think the firefight mode and Halo as a whole, like how that works, I think they're going to be the ones best poised to capitalize on that drive right now. To get people who play Magic and Gears of War on their computer or whatever, right?
Yeah.
To bring them to a table.
The Helldivers.
They're uniquely positioned to be already in the video game market.
Yeah.
In a video game market that has a firefight mode, which is just like Horde mode or whatever mode, right? The multiplayer from Mass Effect 3 mode. Like, it's all designed to be that in that realm. Everybody does it differently, but already Halo feels like you're playing a multiplayer just in miniature form.
Yeah.
So it would be, I think, super smart if they were able to jump onto that and get something official out on the table.
would be nice. Which I don't know. Maybe we'll see because in the Banish set we did get some new scenario play. They introduced big team battles and VIP mode in general, but also a VIP mode for organized play. And with that ODST box that they've got coming out in October,
Mm-hmm.
who knows? They might have the room for it.
Good.
I'm excited about it. They did a little teaser. They have a special order.
If they don't get Nathan Fillion to just do it like sound op for Buck, they'll have dropped a beat. And I mean, he's a really nice guy.
He's a really nice guy.
And he does like money.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure that you could just get it through it.
Yeah. I bet you he would be totally up for it if just for a short window. Like he's got a busy schedule right now, but like
see, it'd be a great one. Ronnie, if you end up seeing it.
I want
you can have that idea.
I want the whole team.
I would like the whole team. Right now we got Buck and Derek coming. We'll see what we end up getting for more. And they were teasing that you could get like 6 or 7 ODST and 6 or 7 ODST in a 200 point list. Special order is that they get their ODST drop. So when they respawn, you can take a shoot test. And if you pass the shoot test, you can deploy somewhere on the map that's not a respawn zone.
Let's just say something very specific because I felt the cultural pressure in the store. If you like ODST, Halo 3, ODST the most, that does not make you super special. It makes you different from when it released. And it's great that you like it. I do. It's probably my favorite. But it just makes you like something. So don't try to flex that like it's making you cool because you liked ODST before they brought miniatures to the table, because that's just silly. But if you like ODST, you definitely want to grab one of these boxes.
Yeah.
And you want to let me know that you want one of these boxes so that when Rick at Mantic flags that it's open for orders, that I account for your box.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to know.
Yep.
Brings us back to that supply and demand that we've been talking
That's
about
it.
the last few episodes.
Yeah.
So make your demand so he can get the supply.
That's right. Cool. I'm excited about that. I'm trying really hard not to be excited because there's so many things to be excited about.
So many things you've got going on.
I am.
Because I also see you've got a little bit of show and tell for what you've had going on this past week.
Yeah, so this week we've had some stuff, so I'll do a little recap because I don't think we've really talked about it much on the podcast because it started before the podcast.
I think we covered it in the first episode, and time for a recap.
So we have started trying to collect a Warhammer library of old editions and codexes. The idea is that a lot of people complain when a new edition gets put out that they can't play anymore. It is silly because if you have the old materials, you can play. I think where the disconnect comes in is you have the Space Marines player with their 5th edition Space Marines Codex, and they never got the rule book. And their Eldar friend got rid of their 5th edition Codex, or can't remember where it went. Or there's a new player. Now it's like 7th edition or whatever, and you want to play 5th edition, but the Eldar player in your group, who has all the right material, all the right models, because they haven't really changed much between 5th and 7th. There's a handful that don't translate down to 5th because they were invented in 6th. Like, that guy could play, but he doesn't have a codex. So this whole scenario, I'm trying to resolve by being the one who has it for you to borrow, right? So like a lending library, but lending library means you take it home with you. So not a lending library, just a regular library where you can view it while you're here, right? And so we started a bunch, and I had some of my old stuff and stuff that was on the shelf that we had extras of. So we have a bunch of 10th and 3rd edition. So I even have like 2 3rd edition rule books, so that both players on one table could have the rule book open, looking up stuff that they needed to, or multiple tables can. Then I've got a bunch of 3rd edition codexes, including Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, Imperial Guardsmen, even like Assassins for Imperial players, the one that add those stuff in. I had my old 5th edition Space Marines codex, but I don't have the old 5th edition rulebook from when I was playing 5th edition. And we've received a bunch of stuff. So a couple of weeks into that program, we've had some cash donations. You can donate here in the store, or you can go online to Wulfpackgames.com. Go to our web store, which will take you to the Dan Wolf Games on Lightspeed web store. And then there is under events, there is a link for the donations for the fund. And we take the cash in those and go and buy eBay copies or old game store copies. Like Noble Knight Games is a great resource for older codexes because they buy their local communities and then they sell them online and stuff like that. So you can get a bunch of good resources used. So, but somebody after a couple of weeks sent us the 4th edition Space Marines Codex. I don't know who it was because they sent it directly from an online bookstore. And it didn't have the return name or anything, and there was no notes or anything, so it was just from some kind-hearted soul. So we've got
secret admirer.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
Sweet.
And that was about 3 weeks, and 2 or 3 weeks into us starting this whole thing, we'd said something I'd made a YouTube video on our previous channel that said that we were going to be doing that, and we got a couple of donations, and we got that. And that was great. We've had a little bit more uptick in interest in this stuff. So this week, what really happened, since we're still talking about what happened this week, I'm going to make some room. We got some stuff donated.
A little bit, huh?
We had something actually sent to us from somebody in North Carolina who I've never heard of. And they gave us a 3rd edition Space Marine Codex, which is awesome. So we are going to take whatever people send to add to this sort of thing. So having 2 Space Marine Codexes is not a problem. Having 12 Space Marine Codexes of a particular edition is not a problem. It's really awesome. Space Marines especially, because like a lot of people have Space Marine collections. And now we can have multiple people looking at multiple things in the book. It grows this stuff. But then, was it Wednesday? We came in.
Yeah.
We found, as we pulled up, this in front of the door.
It's a table brick.
Holy guacamole!
I meant to remind you to look.
Right? There is this bucket is absolutely full. I don't know if this show's really good. Absolutely full of books. And I think I know who donated it, but I'm not exactly sure. There was no note. There was no anything. There was some water slides, but we even got stuff like Death Guard supplements from older editions, which is amazing. We got a Stormcast Eternals, the Sigmar version of a codex, a battle tome. We got a bunch of the Psychic Awakening books, which are expansions during that edition for stuff. We got a couple of books, like magazines that were the inserts for some of the box sets, the 2-player box sets, the 2 factions, the rival box sets. We have older edition of even some Imperial Knights, a special collector's version of the Leagues of Voton. This Harlequin's Codex that's still new in plastic. Orc Codexes, more of the 2-player sets, the Grey Knights. And these are from all sorts of different editions from, I think the oldest one is 7th and the newest one is 10th. So there's a huge array of stuff. The Hexfire box set, the pamphlet that comes in it, so you can play Grey Knights versus Thousand Suns. That's 5 years old-ish. Like, that was cool. A really interesting adverts for Warhammer Imperium, which is the magazine that they don't let local game stores sell. But it had a really cool poster.
Inside.
So I'll probably end up hanging that up somewhere. Right? Also, there was some stuff like maps. With like learn to play. So like insert stuff from the same sort of set with a little binder clip on it. So this was really, really awesome. And to whomever actually did it, we really, really appreciate it. This is a huge stack of codexes and material that is exactly the kind of stuff we were hoping to get from the community. The stuff that you gently love. All this stuff is in really, really good condition too. I hate kind of putting it back in the box.
It'll be displayed very short.
So
That's like
there's a thing I need to do, so I'm just trying to figure out exactly how I want to adhese it. So like on this, since I had this in our rental box, our checkout box, so you could be part of our board game club, and you could check out a book or a board game and stuff. And that was last year. We terminated that at the end of 3 years of business. But I had put a sticker on it just so if somebody lost it, or damaged it or whatever, they knew what they were going to have to pay for. But I part of me says, oh, I put a sticker on the cover, right? And then some of these are really, really old. But I don't know exactly how I want to adhese or whatever, put on a label. Like when I used to go to libraries, there used to be like the Dewey Decimal stickers on the binds, on the spine or whatever. But some of these are really, really thin. You'd never see it. Like that's the Chaos Space Marine Codex for 3rd edition, and it's all of less than a 1/4 inch thick. So what I would like to do is label them for the year that they were released to the year the next one was released, to show that that was tournament legal for that time frame. I might could talk to Putton, poor Brian. He actually gets stuff like that, similar. So, but it would be nice to flag them. Maybe I do just get them all in these like comic book protectors, and I put the stickers on those.
Like at least for the 4 volume.
Yeah, and also then we can maybe keep up with like who's got it checked out for the day or something like that with the bags. There's a whole like logistical structure to come up with that's not super intuitive. But I want to mark it so you know that which edition it was like released in.
Right.
But like codexes are legal through multiple editions. So they might drop in 3rd edition, the middle of 3rd edition, and then run till the middle or even end of 4th edition before their replacement comes out. So having those dates flagged on it, the edition that it was dropped in, I think is the most important stuff. And then the rule books, like the 3rd edition rule book, the 10th edition rule book that I have. We need a lot more rule books because we have a lot of editions and no rule books for it. So
many.
right.
maybe we could. Bugport.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea. I didn't really want to limit people's like, well, they've got a 3rd edition Space Marine Codex. But it would be nice if we had like 5 copies of every book. That was, that would be amazing. So that everybody that's interested could, because I don't know that you'd have more than 5 people. Yeah, it is a wish list, and the library is growing. I would love to be the game store in Georgia or America or whatever that has a library of retro 40K or Warhammer books. So we do already have like almost all of the almanacs for Blood Bowl. I think we might actually have all the almanacs. We don't have all the spikes, but the almanacs kind of translate into that, but it's not perfect. We have all but one book from second edition Kill Team. That was the book that GW pulled from the US market 100%. Could have gone up to Canada to get it. And we could try to get it from somebody in the UK, but there was one of the Kill Team codexes that was it was released. The box set was released. When it came time to part it out, they parted it out. And then when they sold through their initial stock, they removed it from their website. You couldn't even find that it was a thing. Unless you were in international mode or some other country, then it's like right there because it was fun. I have no clue the story behind that. But that's the only Kill Team second edition codex we don't have. So if you want to come in and play second edition Kill Team, you can do that here. We have the compendium, we have the rule book, we have all that stuff. You would need tokens, but tokens can be done in a million ways, right? Yeah, we're building a third edition and second edition Horus Heresy library. So we have 3 of the 5 Libers for third edition in the store. So we don't have Knights and we don't have Mechanicum for third edition. We don't have Astartes, Traitor, or Loyalist for second edition. Or we don't have we have one second edition codex, and that's the Mechanicum for Horus Heresy. So we've got a bunch of different things that we can get. So I'm trying to collect a bunch of Warhammer. So even Age of Sigmar or Warhammer Fantasy Battles, like I want to have a huge Games Workshop retro library so that if you wanted to dig up some of your old models that are no longer legal and tournament legal in whatever edition is current, you can come and if you don't have the materials anymore, like it gives your older models that have been classed out by time and balancing whatever, it gives you the ability to still get value for them. And I think, plastic models have an aesthetic value for as long as you don't break them. But after that, like, to me, it's always been important to be able to go play old games. And it's something I've told people forever. Don't worry about the edition change.
What?
But for decades, people have never done that. It doesn't matter how much I tell them. Even people I've been around forever, they just still get upset about it. So
Maybe they feel level up.
it's baked into the culture to a point. And if you want to stay current, you should stay current. But if you don't want to stay current, you want to stay stuck in an edition, there's no problem with that. Stuck sounds really bad, I guess. It's a negative.
If you're comfortable and you're fun,
if it's what
you're having fun.
Yeah.
Precisely.
If it's what you like, you should do it. Oh, yeah. We've got a whole bunch of like Legions Imperialis books, but I think I'm missing 1, maybe 2 at this stage of the Legions Imperialis book. So, like, I would absolutely love to get some epic 40K from the 90s. Also, that'd be great.
That'd be really cool.
The books from that. That's getting resurged online a lot. There's a bunch of like Facebook accounts that are posting up old bat reports from White Dwarves and stuff. So we also have a ton of White Dwarves that we're kind of collecting. I'm trying to figure out how to get them into the case with the way that we have our case designed and stuff. Started since we've been open. If I don't sell them, they kind of just go back to the back.
Yeah.
We're required to get some. Like we have a minimum amount we have to buy every month to have an account with GW. So I get that amount, and they don't always move. Sometimes they do all move, especially on the hot ones. But we do have that kind of growing. So as interest jumps into it, also there's going to be more and more and more. But we're still trying to get the momentum going. We're trying to get some of the core bits, and I'm just astounded in a good way at the like support we've gotten to do this. Yeah,
Everyone.
so that's what happened. That is what happened this week.
Actively trying to continue to going pretty clean. Yeah.
I've had a bunch of people tell us that they really, really enjoy the podcast. That's been really cool.
Yes.
Our podcast subscriber count as of today has jumped to 47.
Nice.
It's moving that way. We had some new subscribers this morning. There's a lot of commotion outside.
It's normal.
Happen when you're.
Yep. So we had a lot more comments on this last episode 5. We had 9 comments. Brian has commented a bunch of times, which is great.
Thanks, Brian.
He also put in a bunch of timestamps for people, since we're still struggling to get that done. He did it first. So if you're looking for timestamps, maybe we should have said this early on when you first started, because now we're buried under a lot of talk about Warhammer and Halo. But you can look in the comments for at least episode 5. Brian, one of our awesome people, like community members, has flagged a bunch of timestamps for you.
Thank you. Brian, the real hero. So that covers just about everything from the past week, huh?
Yes.
I believe
Awesome.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. Which brings us in my little shameless plug portion. Of course, we are recording with the Wulfpack Games ownership, and we are recording here at Wulfpack Games. The podcast is also brought to you by me, Clack Attack. Check us out at clack-attack.com for your custom paracord sleeved PC cable needs. Now through August 17th, we are running a 15% off sale. Use Back to School, the number 2, all crunched together as one word, to say 15% off through August 17th. Or if you're looking for to go with your tabletop gaming, we've got organizing system carriers. I've got a bunch of tokens, and working on some new stuff that I'm going to be.
Okay.
Yeah. Or if you just don't have time to do a painting commission up to at least tabletop quality. Fair disclosure, I don't do eyes. I don't do eyes. Otherwise, you're going to have one guy that's squirrel hunting and
Oh, it's not always the case.
yeah.
Play to your strengths, right?
Point.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
kinda-
happy with how the Master Chief.
They look great.
Yeah.
Your brutes look great.
Thank you.
It kind of reminds me. Literally yesterday, I saw somebody did some of the cannon fodder models but they painted them up in blue with yellow trim, and they were done to look like vault suits for Fallout.
Yeah.
And they were really, really good. They had changed the arms out with bolt action soldier arms.
Oh, neat.
That was really interesting. So one of the arms has like torn shirt at the cuff and really muscular arms. And they looked really good. So the cannon fodder models did a good job of translating if you just paint them as Vault-Tec. They have a little backpack thing, and that's where they just painted the yellow square with the Vault number on it. Which kind of matches the new backpack in the Vault 76 or Fallout 76 Survivor backpack that they put out like a couple of months ago. So it works in that realm too. But the person did an amazing job of painting, and except the eyes. They had tone and definition and shade everywhere. But the white sclera of the eyes would dominate a head, like over the nose, down the cheek. And then they'd have this giant iris.
Honestly, yeah.
And some eyes were great, and some eyes were absolutely Mary Shelley Frankensteinian.
It's the sclera that always gets me.
Mm-hmm.
Wide of the eyes. Pupils are fine, but I don't want to. I don't want to have Charlie Brown pupils all of my mom.
I have.
Yeah.
What I do is I'll put a white top of it automatically outlines, gives the actual shape of the eye. Have to wait.
That's interesting. My buddy Dustin Harvey taught me how to do eyes, and I still don't do them much. But I used to do them a lot more, and I learned this way, and it's easier. But he also was like, for the most part, you just don't even have to do them if you don't want to. No one really notices. Everyone notices if you've done them well or badly.
Yeah.
But if you don't do them, nobody really notices that they're not done.
They need to have slides.
Honestly,
Oh, that's right there.
I have slides for.
What
Eyes.
slides?
I don't know what. Like water
Uh-huh.
transfers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
water slide eyes.
Yeah.
Water slides.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wait, I need to stop saying this. We're giving away ideas.
I need to put copyright on that right now. That's
Trademark.
mine. No, trademark. Thank you.
But for what the trick Dustin gave me was you literally just don't care. You do at the first step. You just blob on the way. And then you look at the sculpt, and for the most part, most eyes are so small that you can just give a real quick with the sharp tip of any sharp tipped brush. You just give it a real quick slash, and it looks like a cat's eye, and it looks blobby and wrong. And then you come back with the skin tone and just touch it up because it's easier to get close with the edge as you're side swiping. And you just put the skin tone back over it because it's white. It just absorbs that skin tone back.
Yeah. A friend of mine, starting with my 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
But a friend of mine was giving me that. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Holding the brushes I was using, but I just couldn't.
I think I need to. Because what mine does is give eyelash.
Mm.
So
Some of
I don't know.
I love her painting. I would not say that she would score high on a.
I mean, I'm tempted to throw some of
Yeah, I got you. That's cool. That's cool.
But I'm not
she's
quality.
really, really good. Roxanne's really, really good. But even Dustin my buddy Dustin competes at competition level, and at regional stuff, he does really, really good. He's got a couple of gold medals from like Adepticon painting competitions and stuff like that. But I would say that he's probably the closest person I know personally to getting like Golden Demon tier.
Yeah.
But he'll also, used to spend, a year working on a single model / diorama, and he could still go to an Adepticon and get silver with it, right? And when he was putting that in, I'm like, I don't know the difference between this and that. Like, why is this a Golden Demon winner and yours is silver at Adepticon? Like, that's amazing. Not just because I like you, but like, but I've learned more about like it's the Golden Demon scoring metric, right? And so earning a Golden Demon is prestigious and stuff like that. But there are people that paint, I think, in layman terms, better than what you get at a Golden Demon. But to be able to win one is also very, like, hopefully you should be able to paint in other ways too that would not win a Golden Demon and be better than a Golden Demon job, like paint job, right? So It is not the best of the best. It is just the best of this style.
Yeah.
Is all a Golden Demon is, right?
You're not going to have people playing not Games Workshop stuff. Orcs with a K to throw in.
It never seems to win if you don't have a GW model.
I wonder
Interesting,
why.
man. Interesting that.
Some of the box art, they're
GW's
Uh-huh.
box art? Yeah.
not that they are not.
It's true. Some of their stuff they're putting out so
Wow.
fast. And since Duncan has left the team, it seems to be well, as far as I've noticed, it seems to be a thing I've noticed more and more that they're painters that they have, and Duncan wasn't doing all the box art paint or any of it, as far as I understand, right? But whenever they had that falling out, it seems like they readdressed their painting requirements and needs, and I guarantee you, the box art still looks so good that your average buyer doesn't notice. It takes somebody with a very critical eye and critical mind to notice that face is messed up.
I'm looking.
I mean, it should be something to aspire
fancy.
to by seeing that
Mhm.
box art. But this is how it should. Batch paint. I know, I'm so mean.
No,
Pinky
I
up,
don't think I
pinky up.
picked up.
Oh no.
Oh.
Sorry.
Down.
I'm not
Down.
trying to erase Roxane from.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hi.
Sorry, I'm adjusting the noise gate on the fly here to try to
Yeah.
dial it in properly. And get rid of
Because thanks to you at home, the several of you at home have given us feedback that the audio is the biggest thing that we need to work on.
I mean, the
So-
microphones shift every time we set up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we
there's
don't
a
have
lot of factors.
We don't have a studio. We're here in the store on the
Yeah.
game table. Right?
Welcome to the store, everybody.
Cool. I think that takes us through your shameless plug.
Yeah, that does take us through my shame.
Yeah. Where are we at here? Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Let's go.
let's go.
This is where we would take a break.
Yeah.
Typically our break
Hey,
time.
Those of you at home, participate. Imagine a really funny, clever, not commercial right here. Just like when I edited, I typed that into a blank screen. And then you could get some anticipation of maybe a creepy llama showing up out of nowhere for no reason, unexplained. And then we'd come back.
And we're back. Just like that. Oh gosh. All right, cool. So that brings us into our upcoming products and order announcement for honestly the next couple of weeks. Because after this episode, we'll be taking a week off. Press that a little bit after we get through this segment.
Yep.
So, what do we have coming up, Dan?
All right. So, because of the way things work, I wanted to have a moment with everybody that's listening for the upcoming products moment. There's a bunch of card games that are coming out, and each company does it differently, but there's ones that are very anime centric. Let's just say Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Union Arena, all of these. They all have an almost the same pattern of how far out I have to get in on it to get something interesting, and it's generically much farther out than the average player's attention span for new releases specifically. And that's not a dig on players or anything. It's just that far out.
Especially in light of markets
Yep.
challenge.
So there's a card game called Union Arena, and they've got a set that is in pre-order now for an anime called Kagura Baki or Bachi. That set is due to release. I need to know pre-orders now
update
to get
of
in
the
on it.
week.
If I don't get on it soon, we won't be able to stock it.
Right.
But I've had very few people talk about being interested in Union Arena at all. And then when they find out a Kagurabachi is going to be a set coming up, they're really excited. And then when they find out that the set releases February 27, their interest quickly shifts to a 1,000-yard stare. And they're like, oh, that's how far out. Here we are in September, right? Or not, we're in August?
In August.
My brain's in
Don't
September.
push it yet.
So here we are in August, August 1st even, according to our show notes.
It's August 7th. I forgot to update.
Yeah.
But here we are in August, and I need to know now for February.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in card games that have an anime background, I need to know way far out. You need to be very plugged into your hobby and let me know that you're plugged into that hobby, you and your friends.
Yeah.
And are you the person who's like, I'll buy 2 boxes of boosters when it comes out? I don't care. I'll play this with my friends. I need to know that. Are you the person who's like, I want to buy 3 boosters during that whole set spread? And I will definitely be there for 3 booster packs. Maybe more, but probably 3. I need to know that. And I need a whole bunch of those people if I'm going to buy a single box. If you're going to buy 2 or 3 boxes, then we will definitely make sure we have that stock in. And you got to show up and be reliable too. Like you can't just promise me and then be like, oh, well, somebody promised me, but they didn't put any money down and I went and got it. Now we have to buy it. I have to pay a restocking fee at some of these places. If I pre-order it and then I don't get it, I have to pay almost half of what I would just to get it.
Never even taken out of the stock. But...
So, and what we buy is more than half of what we sell for. So, that's a significant amount of money for us in a little store to have to pay back. So, you have to be somewhat reliable. And if you're not, that's okay. But I can't buy for you.
Yeah.
Right. Find somebody who is reliable and get them to be interested too. Make a community. Grow your stuff. So, Kagurabachi's Union Arena set releases February 27. It's in LGS pre-order now. Tell your LGS, and if that's us, that'd be us. That you're interested in getting that, or just interested in knowing more. I don't know Union Arena particularly, but I'm sure we have some people around that do. There's a League of Legends card game coming out soon. Pre-orders are now. I want to say that releases in, I didn't write it down, but I want to say it's either November or December. So
Not horrible.
I think it's for the Christmas release time. I think that's when
It's
it is.
about right.
So that's coming. If you're interested in it, we've had one person who's very interested in it tell me. So that's why I know anything about it, because it was totally off my radar.
If he can't get people to play with him that are interested,
Yes.
that'd be very.
I think he's interested in buying some just to be able to play with his specific friends on an off rotation or whatever. But the way that has to be bought also, they have 3 starter decks. Everything okay?
Oh, yeah. No, I was just looking up, apparently. October 31st.
October
So Halloween
31st.
release.
There we go. But it releases in single constructed decks. So if we talk in Magic the Gathering terms, you have your pre-constructed commander decks. This is a case is a single character, and you have to buy it in cases. There's 3 separate cases of constructed decks to buy, which makes it very pricey for a little store who's got very little interest in it. So if you're interested in League of Legends, it would be great if we had 4 people that were interested in the same character and more people interested in other characters. So I think it's 4 is what I really need to sell in one case to make it worth our while to stock. And that'd be 4 of a single character. But you don't want to fight me if I'm playing that same character all the time. We want some variation. So
I want your games getting boring.
hopefully that turns out that way. And then since we might as well start talking about it, Magic the Gathering Spider-Man. Spider-Man, attorney at law. Harvey Spider-Man. Is releasing on September 26th. So I'll go ahead and tell people that I should have my allocations for Magic hopefully by September 10th. So currently I am planning to take pre-orders for Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond Spider-Man starting on September 10th. And I will stop on the 21st. The 21st is a Sunday.
That's going to be a rough week.
Yep. I will stop on the 21st because it releases the Friday after that. And so once we have to put in our first order, pre-orders are done because pre-orders help us get the stock in the store. Yep. So
please try to get those in before the 21st and before the 20th. Please.
The earlier, the better.
That's a very important
time. Is that the weekend
we're
planning on being closed? The 20th and the 21st?
Sure is.
All right, so I guess we will stop taking it on the 19th.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yep. Because we are actually planning to be closed on the 20th and 21st.
Very, very important reason.
We're even talking about closing early on the 19th.
And 19th, we are going to be closing on Friday.
Yep.
So Magic Draft night is going to be affected.
Yep, we won't have a draft night that night.
But we'll just say it finally.
If you want.
We're upon the invites are out. We're gonna get married, and so we're having our bachelorette party on the 19th, and
on the 19th.
Well, no.
Yeah,
the 13th is the Friday before the wedding, not the day before the wedding. The Friday, the week before Friday. That's the 13th is bachelorette party.
Well, it's not. I don't like to think of it as a bachelorette party because those words have connotations. But yes, that's what you've called it. To me, it's hey, we're going to get married. We're having a big old fancy party together.
But yeah, it's cool. Anyone that knows, it's cool.
Yeah, it's a pirate party.
It is a pirate party.
You are.
And so you wear your pirate finery, but we're going to talk more about that with peoples. And the week after is the big day.
So
on the 20th is a Saturday. We are closed that Saturday. We are closed Sunday, the 21st.
Yep.
And to be honest, other than being closed and not being here to take your pre-orders, that it's going to be kind of crazy the week prior. So the sooner, the better to get the pre-orders in, because if you want to wish us well at all, make this as easy as possible. It's already a stressful and busy time for us. And I'm just pleased. I got to say about that.
So September 10 through 19, you're going to have 9 days, and there's a weekend gap for us in between there, Monday and Tuesday that we're closed, that you won't be able to pre-order.
Yep.
Pre-orders will not be online. They will be in person. They are 100% down, and they will be at MSRP like usual. So come on in and get the best deal on Spider-Man by pre-ordering. I'm going to go ahead and say that now so people can start figuring it out.
Yep. Go ahead and get your budget.
Yep. So that's what's coming up with this for me. Roxanne's got some stuff.
I do.
We got some stuff. You got a GTM over there.
Yeah, I was paying attention to the internet things. And so real quick, because we talked about it last week, Notebook Nations got played at Gen Con.
Ooh.
That is from Minerva Studios through Ducksomnium, which we know I love games. And so I'm interested in this one because it's a vastly different game than what Ducksomnium has been putting out with their historicals and everything. This is more chaos and like goblins and all sorts of creatures and amazingness. But also I gotta say for that one is they had full tables playing that game at Gen Con like all the time. And it has popped up the popularity notes on Notebook Nation. So their notes went well, apparently. Nice. So I'm hoping that we will be having a good stock on that. Also, RPGs have been rising in the store a lot lately. A lot of people are coming in to ask about role playing games. I've been seeing the classes being offered, learn to paint and come play, try this, from Josh Torres, Nate Dye, and all.
Hopefully Josh Torres gets a date out for his next one, because I haven't seen it on any of the Facebook chat.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to talk to him about that
If
yet.
it's going to happen, well, I'm taking this moment to kind of side eye at him. Like, hey, we need to get that date out there.
Yeah.
If you're going to have it, people are asking.
People showed up the week after expecting him to be here doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so it's a great opportunity for them to maybe pick up a one-off if one of the other DMs are out here running one of those. And I know that's been happening.
I know his schedule's tight. He can't do every week.
It's true. So we need a date. If he wants to do it again, that would got people clamoring for it.
I'll throw in, because a side note, last week for like wife and kids, and he was, I didn't even know this was here. I'm looking. Our buddies have actually been looking for a new D&D group. I'm like,
Does he really sound like Bert from Sesame Street? Okay.
whenever, look, it doesn't matter how long I've known you, how long or how much I love you. I'm still gonna do. That's my third person talking to somebody else's voice.
Acting chops right there, Joel. Acting chops.
I'm not an improv artist.
Okay, and in the GTM, the Games Trade magazine, I finally got to sit down and look through it. There is a party game. This is interesting. It's called Love, Career, and Magic RPG. Okay. It is a party game. It plays in exactly 12 minutes. Yes.
Okay.
So
It's got a 12-minute timer on it.
it does. You are a mythological creature, and you're with a group of mythological creatures on a TV set. So you're making a show, and it's pure chaos from what this description is. This is 2 to 6 players. It's a gateway into role-playing games. So to learn a very quick, tell a story really fast and resolve it.
Yeah.
So, and for being a party game, you can throw this down. This might be for more than just introductory RPG. Get people laughing game. So that's quite interesting.
It sounds like it's that section on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
It does.
With a premise already given.
It does.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think that sounds, I mean, it's going to retail at $29.99, and it's dropping August. Yeah, that would be great to check that one.
Okay.
Now the other one.
This is the other one?
This is
sounds
the
like
other
the last
one.
one then.
So,
Or is it the last one?
this is
Doesn't have to be.
a place for all my books. I like cute, pretty games. I do.
Okay.
Me and Savannah have that in common. A lot of other people too. This is you have your own apartment in a building with the other players' apartment.
Oh, neat.
And you're looking to place your books properly. And through the game, it cycles through rule sets, kind of like Bee Lives, where you're trying to collect different kinds of books. As you read your books,
Okay.
your energy level goes up. And then you are willing your apartment so you can go find more books, buy more. Don't give me that look. It's so cute. You got to get your social meter up.
Yeah.
So you can go talk to people about books, go get some more, and then put them back in your apartment, nice and organized.
Call it now. They're going to have an
Oh, you know.
Todd Johnson has a comic book collecting game. It sounds very similar mechanically, but not theme-wise.
I bet it doesn't have cute little book meeples.
No, it has cards that look like classic comic book covers.
This is a 2 to 4 player game. It's going to retail in for $44.99. That's at that's. I think I just want this, but
So that sounds like. Let them know.
Mark and Dagger Studio.
Cool.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So that's my announcement because I had to get away from the Kickstarters. There's so many cool things, but you never know. And
Yeah.
it's money up front. These are things that we get
Yeah.
generally.
And the Kickstarters are just getting less and less retailer.
It's true. Go play a Kickstarter. That's not going to work.
Yep. Okay.
All right. That brings us.
That's right.
So, unless we're missing something, I believe that covers all of our upcoming and new products.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir.
So that'll bring us around to break time.
Actual break
Official
time.
break time.
So we'll be right back after these messages with.
Dan's Cypher update of
Oh,
the
I'm sorry.
week.
Let's all look at the graphic.
And we're back from the break. That brings us into our weekly version of
Dan's Cypher update of the week.
the week. Dan, what happened in Cypher last week?
What happened in Cypher last week is they got into some action finally, some actual action. They met up with Vince's character, Victor, who in their shared delusion, they had started believing that he was the bad guy. But now that they're awake, they realize that that Victor never existed as an agent. No one knew a Victor that was part of the agency. Well, it turns out Victor is somebody that they knew in their past and is actually like a contracted security defense contractor and was assigned by the galactic government, was hired by the galactic government to provide some security along with other teams to Sector 185, rather, and shows up on the doorsteps of the GBI building there on the capital world of Tor. And then they go decide to talk with him, and he's a little weirded out because he wasn't expected to be mobbed by a bunch of agents while doing his job inside an agent's location. And as they're talking about it, a bunch of dissidents, because their city is under attack by a bunch of dissidents, absolutely bomb the heck out of the GBI building. It turns out all the other defense contractors in Victor's squad are absolutely murdered, as well as a lot of people that were there early morning at the GBI building. They're going to work punching a clock. So after the attack happens, the survivors decide that they should evacuate the building before it collapses. But it is under like a war zone, so there's a bunch of artillery strikes and airstrikes happening. As they start trying to piece out if they can leave, they find that there is a battle going on in the upper atmosphere / low orbit that they can see from the ground. And so that this whole conflict has exploded rapidly from an overnight minor contained area to like the entire planet's embroiled in some sort of civil war conflict. Now, the entire area has been quarantined. The whole sector's been quarantined, but like the area of Tor has now been evacuated and put under martial law. They try to go, well, the survivors are kind of the GBI building are starting to rally and take care of themselves. They have a bunch of wounded. They have people to treat the wounded. They have a medical team that was already part of this facility that's involved in that. The young adventurers decide to go to the local police station to see if there's any communication coming in like what could be going on and if they can get some emergency help, some proper help, medical and otherwise, to the facility. They come across 3 police cars and a lot of other cars that are kind of parked in the road in front of the police station, and they are mostly empty. The sirens are off, but they are all linked to a communication speaker, like the when a cop's trying to talk to you through the megaphone under the hood,
Yeah.
the pullover or whatever, that there's some sort of weird religiously unknowable language being chanted out of there. And there's about 6 people standing around, all with a blank stare on their face, all very alive, but like in some sort of hypno trance. The people investigate, and one of the agents sees some sort of figure in one of the police cars, in the driver's seat of one of the police cars, points it out to the team, and the creature seems to notice that it has been noticed, and that then the chanting gets stronger, and it feels like an air pressure is pushed on their ears. One of the more aggressive characters, the security agent, Victor specifically, puts a round through the windshield into the creature, knocking it out of the vehicle. At which point in time the chanting stops, and it makes a little relief for their ears. It stands up and showcases it's some sort of large, unknowable creature that was about 12 and a half feet tall and decided to come after them. So it starts crawling over the cars with its many, many multi-jointed legs. And Victor, who's the tank of the team, really, he's the security expert, rushes in and puts some more rounds into it and severely wounds it. It has some sort of like semi-acidic blood that smells of rotten eggs. It ends up picking him up while he's like throwing an assault rifle rounds into him with like praying mantis like clampy arms, and hoists him into the air. He puts up a really good fight. The psychic police officer pulls his firearm and starts trying to safely put rounds into it, since it is essentially holding Victor as a human shield.
Yeah.
But gets up point blank, standing on one of the cars that it's kind of stuck between, and he hits it, kinda, with his sidearm. Then the Sherlock one of the team grabs another car and drives it into the car Brandon's standing on, planning to, and pin the creature between two cars, to wedge it between. However, Brandon's not at risk of getting hit from the detective's car, because the creature uses Victor as a bat to swat at Brandon's character, knocking Brandon's character off of the vehicle, and just like a batter having hit a home run, ditches the bat in mid-swing, and Victor goes over the coffee shop roof. Both of them manage to make their saves and take superficial damage out of the entire experience. And then the detective crashes the vehicle into vehicle B, hitting the creature between two. Meanwhile, the researcher is researching how many shotguns are in the back of a different police car, because he has, I think, just a crowbar to defend himself with at that stage. Then I think Brandon jumps up, and while the creature's like pinned, it gets up point blank and gets a great shot and ends the creature's life as acidic, bloody braids pour into the car through the roof of it, since it's disabling the roof through its acidic nature. They go inside and find a bunch. When the creature put the pressure on after being discovered, a lot of the mindless people, their heads exploded, or they passed out and just collapsed. One of the two. They go in and try to interrogate some of the people inside the station and find that they are just not cognizant enough to be coherent. And then they've started making another plan to potentially go to the hospital to check on its status. So they're kind of reeling from this activity that they've had.
Yeah.
And they're all very, very confused as to what to do next. But they have early plans, and we will see how it goes. That took a good while to get through all of that. It was pretty cool. It was very amazing. It was very action cinematic sequence.
Getting like 28 days later vibe when he comes out and everything's just like what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's like, now I feel like there's like this invasion by bug aliens or something.
So, and that means tomorrow is chapter 6?
5.
Chapter 5.
5 of
That's
6.
right. Tomorrow is chapter 5 of 6. Next will be chapter 6. Our next edition of Dan's Cypher Update
Of
the week. Graphic go. Let the audio go.
graphic.
Graphic, yeah. The next edition of Dan's Cypher Update of the week will be the wrap up, and I'll talk more about that in our closing banter. So that brings us up with Dan's Cypher Update of the week. And brings us into upcoming events for Wulfpack. Tomorrow is a big day here at Wulfpack Games.
Mm-hmm.
Got our second Saturday coming up. We got what's our update on that front, Roxane?
Oh boy, it's going to be very, very busy tomorrow around the shop. We have a lot going on, not just second Saturday. We have Halo
tournament.
We have Cypher. We have, who knows, lots of other things.
Carmine stirring up a 40K game.
Oh, wow. Okay. We are going for second Saturday. Excuse me. We have pretty much full vendors for Hobbies on Hill. However, we can still take some. I will take some last minute. A big one. If you want to sell your hobby, if you want to sell the products that you make for a small business, let me know. We'll get you set up. We got a spot. We have a couple more spots, and we can move people inside. But I like the outside filled up first. We are not going to be an ice cream location. That is good and bad. However, Gigi's across the street. She will be having butter pecan for her entry.
Nice.
And she makes some really good. She makes really good gelato.
Butter pecan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Across the street.
Yep. Yeah, I do have a feeling it's going to be rich in. So we want to go and get out there. I think there's 7 contestants. The city changed it up. They were putting the contestant can go inside to the businesses, go get ice cream. They might be coming back out because the weather like is going to be perfect for an ice cream stroll. But you can go and judge those contestants, and also throughout the city there are activity locations. We are one. I don't know what the activity is yet. I have to research into that more, but it's going to be fun. Stop by, and then you get punch cards that you can bring back to the city to win prizes. So that does make coming here relevant according to the city's second set. And come and see who we have for vendors.
Yes.
We're going to have, oh boy, we have Krista out. I can't think of her company name right now.
You got to come out and find out who it is. We got a bunch.
We have a whole bunch. Absolutely. So that's what's going on for tomorrow. I will be announcing the next tea and games. It will be very celebratory, probably something to do with a wedding. I know.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I mean, flowers and decorating ballrooms and everything. It's going to probably be more blowing off steam for Roxane when I run that one. I do want to say something about tea and game. Yes, we have a large group of people that love to come out and play. Everyone that plays is super happy. They're always stoked and they want to play it again. And that's amazing. I will say somehow the word has gotten out what we're doing. And I have seen a very, very large, awesome game store up in North Atlanta. Gigabytes has started doing a tea and games of sorts. I can't recall what the name that they gave it is. but they're brewing some tea, and it might just have been a one-off. But I'm like, interesting.
And they all got fancy dressed up according to their photos and stuff like that.
Yeah, they did more of a cosplay, kind of a magical theme, which is
It felt very, to me, like terms of endearment or period piece, Victorian era dress up. Maybe I just didn't.
I was getting cloaks and stuff from what I could tell, but maybe I'm not thinking correctly. Yeah, so but that's always welcome with RT and games. Creativity is great, and I only can do so much, but I think it's amazing and awesome, and it shows our here
With my tea.
Yes, indeed. It shows how awesome of being interactive with your gaming, bringing a theme in, and if you're going to have food or if you're going to have music or any visuals, I like that. You can do whatever you want in your game world to make you immerse into it more. What we're doing just so happens to go pair quite well with many different teas and also some little sandwiches and things of that nature. So yes, tea and games coming up soon.
Excellent.
I will announce that. But after, I will say that my participation for currently has to dwindle. I have a lot on my plate. Special stuff.
Thank you for that. With the talking about the in games, battery just got changed over on the camera, and so to cover the other part of tomorrow's big day here at the store, we will be running the monthly Halo Flashpoint tournament, leading our store championship feeder series. This will start season 2. Registration. This is your last day to get registration for $10 online. Of course, by the time you see this, it'll be late. But registration at the counter day of is going to be $15 for participation. We're going to be running in no particular order, VIP OP for our scenarios, King of the Hill, and Strongholds. And this will be our first tournament band possibly on the table. I might be.
All right. You gave him a chance, right?
I gave him a chance. I figured a little bit. I figured a little bit about them. But that is our Halo Flashpoint tournament.
Yeah.
And it brings us on to our wrap up for the week, and we got to get the store open.
Yep. So we're running this one a little bit late, right?
Just
so
a little
you got
bit.
the Flashpoint thing going, and then we have the thing that we didn't advertise at all at the front of this episode is that we have an ongoing comment drawing pricing kind of thing. So we had 3 individual people participate in the game requests comments. So that would be $3 worth of games. We'll open up. All of these games are more than $3. So it looks like we won't be opening up any games. However, we will be still pulling a drawing for a $5 credit. And we have 3 different participants. A Brandon D, a Brian S, and a Joe F.
So we're going to get that penny spin going right here.
There we go. I'm going to see who gets it. $5 of store credits going on the account of... I have a feeling it's going to be Joe.
It's going to be Joe.
It's Joe F. Joe,
congratulations,
you get $5
Joe.
of store credit. I'll be doing that right after we open the store today. Yeah, it'll be on there before you even see this episode.
Thank you for commenting. And hopefully we can get a lot more people. If you're seeing it, just say it. Give us your name. Give us a game. And make a comment. Say something. Something you like about the episode. Something you don't like about the episode. That's fine. No hurt feelings.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for everybody that did comment. You were interacting really well. That was great.
Thank you.
If you haven't commented, please comment.
Why not? Subscribe.
Potentially get $5 in store credit.
All right. So before we go into the lightning round of what are we playing this week, make that a quick lightning round. I just want to make one little bit of house coverage. Next week we will be off. We are talking. We'll likely be back in the week after that. So our next episode will be 2 weeks after the posting of this episode, and at least through the month of September, we are looking at more than like bi-weekly schedule for posting episodes. So going from weekly to every 2 weeks. We've all got a lot going on. But quick lightning round. What are we doing this week? What are we playing this week? Got Flashpoint going. I'm going to be running Master Chief Challenge Wednesday for our Flashpoint game to get a little bit of practice in. And the next weekend, I'm going to be out of town at NashCon. A couple of games to try to roll some extra dice and enjoy the gaming con.
Yeah.
Roxane.
So I'm going to be probably out of the store a lot this week. I have to get some big plans settled down outside of the shop. And I have a lot of work with the Chamber of Commerce coming up as well. A lot of attendance and things. But hopefully Sunday, we're getting LaFleur out on the table again. And we're going to bypass the loophole that gets you a win on it really easy. Not allowed to play that.
Okay.
All right.
Good idea.
Dan, what you throwing down with?
So I'm still painting my Sons of Horus and building my Sons of Horus for 30K, and then we'll be playing Cypher episode 5 of 6 for Saturday. Other than that, I'm just really helping everybody get their pre-orders in, their special orders in, and their paint schemes planned out and stuff like that. But yep,
I'm excited to see the 30K game. Those tables are going to look all the work out.
Brandon put out some demos Saturday.
Yeah.
And
I thought Burke had a good time.
They're really good. Yeah. He drove my Sons of Horus and let Burke drive his word bearers. And the word bearers put a hurt on those Sons of Horus again. Yep.
All right. Well, that wraps us up for this week of the Wulfcast. Again, remember, we will be off for a couple weeks back in the middle of August with episode 7. Until next time, everybody, have a fantastic week. Enjoy, take care of yourself, and remember to go roll some dice.
Stay safe out there.
Take care, everybody.
Stay safe.